Hey everybody, what's going on? Back with another video. Just here today to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Pierre Poilievre, who is the conservative leader and who's going to be the main opponent for Justin Trudeau in the 2025 Canadian federal election. Um, and I have more, wouldn't say I have, I have some thoughts on him, but I also have some questions too. Like I am legitimately curious and concerned about some things. Is he like a true conservative leader who really is for free speech and he's against inflation and all these other good things that he's saying, or is he someone who is just kind of hijacking a movement, recognizing that people don't like Trudeau, so he's just going to go against him no matter what, and then as soon as he gets in power, he just does a bunch of stupid shit too. So who knows, right? Um, he didn't really back the Freedom Convoy, right? Not at first, anyway. But then when he realized that they were his supporters, all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, I'm here for you, and look, I'm going to show myself, and look at all these patriotic Canadians." And he didn't seem to believe that too much at first, so I'm not really sure if he really believed it or if he just kind of like hijacked the movement. Like I said, he's saying all the right things, but that's what all oppositions do. I mean, if you look at 2016, what Donald Trump said in his presidential campaign, in his campaign ad video, it was just like, "Hey, I'm a populist. I'm going to end the wars, drain the swamp, all these good things." He didn't do any of it, so we'll see. Now that being said, in my opinion, Justin Trudeau has been awful. I didn't mind him at first, but over the past 3 years or so, he's just been divisive, um, just not even doing things based off of intelligence. He's been an authoritarian. Um, but then again, I don't necessarily trust that Pierre Poilievre wouldn't do the same thing. I don't know. I've never met him. Um, I don't think, yeah, he's never ran as the official leader of the opposition before, so this is his first time. Now, that being said, when he did run, I believe, I can't remember when it was, but he won like I think it was almost 80% of the votes or something like that. It was crazy. I mean, he kind of mopped the floor with guys like John Charest and all the other candidates. It wasn't even close. I mean, and the thing I do like about him is that he's an attack dog. He asks the hard questions. He kind of goes after Trudeau. He goes after Freeland, and he doesn't back down. He expects answers. Although he doesn't get them that often. It does seem like he's really kind of going after Trudeau, and a lot of people seem to be kind of favoring Pierre Poilievre over Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh for that matter, which is interesting. Um, Now that being said, I've never actually voted conservative in my life. I've only ever voted once before. I'm just gonna say it was not for the Liberals or the Conservatives. Um, but that being said, if you're not going to vote for a party who has a chance of winning, you're kind of throwing away your vote. Unless there's a big enough movement that can kind of get a new party in there. I know the NDP's kind of grown a following, but I'm not going to be voting for the NDP. I do not like that whole socialist kind of movement, which is what I think a lot of the NDP really is, and what a lot of their supporters are. There's a lot of people in Canada these days with Marxist ideologies, and a lot of them do support the NDP, and if they don't support the Liberals. Um, but like I said, like this will be the first time ever voting conservative. Unless something drastic happens, I just don't see myself voting for any other party. Um, Now that being said, am I going to regret my vote for Pierre Poilievre? It's possible. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to vote for him, but how long is it going to take before it's like, oh, he's just doing the same thing that Trudeau did, just from a conservative side, which, you know, tends to happen. He'll do some things, I'm sure that'll be good right away. Like when Joe Biden got in office in the States, he signed some executive orders where there were some tax cuts and some breaks for the average people, but then it's been nothing since, right? And that's what I'm worried about with Pierre Poilievre. You know, I the reason I've never voted before is because I just don't think that these politicians actually don't care about us. Now, Pierre Poilievre, again, he's saying the right things, but does he actually give a shit? I don't know. I don't really think so, but I'm just so sick of Trudeau and his bullshit and his authoritarianism and Chrystia Freeland just dodging questions left and right. She can't seem to really answer anything. She just kind of tries to be an attack dog back, and it's not working. Um, so that being said, if I do end up regretting my vote, um, then I guess I probably just won't be voting again for a while unless there's someone else who comes up in a different party that's not backed by large corporate funding. Um, but hopefully, it goes well. Hopefully things start to get better because I am very concerned in a lot of areas for Canada, which I will be covering in more videos down the road. I've started to cover some of them now, but um, there's going to be much more videos. There's going to be much more information. I'm also kind of learning a little bit more about video editing. So hopefully these videos start to get a little bit more high quality for you guys, especially when I invest a little bit more money into some better equipment here. But thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be back very shortly with another video, and I hope you guys take care.